If you're always with your parents, you don't know how much you really love them because you never lost them. You never felt those uncontrollable emotions of the potentiality of losing them. You never felt the critical pendulum of time stop at the thought of losing them. You can only feel that deep desire to connect with them at the thought that maybe they could die one day, or seeing it with your eyes. You can only make those associations through those deep, intense experiences. And those experiences,
like a boss.
all right, people, so today we're going to be talking about why a man that you're seeing does not have the sense of urgency to be with you, to be in a relationship, to want to see you all the time. And this is what I say this, guys are like crackheads, all right? Guys should not be patient with you. So we're going to talk about what to do when he doesn't have that sense of urgency and how to create it with a guy, all right? And don't forget, you guys can purchase our tickets to the London seminar. You guys can purchase tickets online to attend Zoom. So if you're any part of the world, you guys go attend on Zoom, or you guys can purchase the tickets for in-person tickets. Click on the description down below. It's going to be at the end of July. It's about nonverbal communication. It's a 2-day seminar. So pre-order it, purchase it right now, because I'm going to be there, and I don't know when's the last time I'm going to be in London. All right. So yeah, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because I know a lot of you guys are watching it and are not subscribed. All right. So let's begin this. So look. Essentially, the principle of urgency pretty much comes down to the sense of the fear of missing out. FOMO. When something is urgent, people are more likely to act on it. This holds true even if it fits, even if the sense of urgency is made artificially, right? Like an expiration sale, like saying like, oh, this thing will go on sale only for this amount of time, and so people just, when they sense that something is about to go away, when they fear missing out, like going to a party, like if you're gonna go to a party and you don't want to miss out on the party, you're naturally gonna feel excited. You're gonna have that sense of urgency to go to the party. Or let's just say you're late for your flight and you're gonna miss your flight. Talk about fear of missing out, right? You're hurrying the hell up. Things all of a sudden move slower for some reason. But the whole point is that the sense of urgency comes from your fear of missing something that provides some sort of value to you. It's pretty much a reticular activating system, which is a part of your brain that focuses on what provides value and also focuses on what could potentially hurt you. So when a guy has a sense of urgency, so when somebody has a sense of urgency, the first thing you'll notice is that they just make the first move. The one who makes the first move is the one with the most urgency. And so to test if somebody has that sense of urgency, you just notice, do they make the first move or not? It's as simple as that. Every time someone makes you impatient, is to make you make the first move. By being impatient, you lose your positional power. This is actually from the 33 Strategies of War, right? Where I was reading about the sense of urgency, and it said that one of the ways to make somebody make mistakes is to make them impatient, because they'll make the first move. And usually when you make the first move, when you're on the offensive, you're not at an advantage. But when you're on the defensive, you are at the advantage, because you could tell the strategy of your opponent first. Your opponent does not know how you're going to counter, right? Essentially, when we make the first move, when we feel desperate, we lose our power. But the thing is that even if we lose our power, if somebody really likes us, if somebody really appreciates us, they're going to value the first move. They're going to appreciate the first move. And you'll notice that they'll reciprocate you giving up your power with them also giving up their power to you. It shouldn't be something that they take and you feel like they didn't give nothing back and you feel like, yeah, they have all the power. No, they should reciprocate it because they value what you just gave them, right? And also they trust you. So, and this is why I advocate being both people in the relationship, making the first move consistently, both people giving up their power. And the funny thing is that when you put down your sword, what do? Do they put down their sword or do they keep it up? And a lot of the times, you showing vulnerability could maybe help you see what the person thinks inside of them. If they're not willing to show vulnerability at your showing of vulnerability, it just shows you that they want a one-way relationship. They want a relationship that power is flowing in one direction. And that should be your hint to leave them, right? So urgency pretty much is like a crackhead, like I said. Like, it's a desire to satisfy a craving. It's like drugs. Or not to lose out on something valuable, like a drug addict. And when you don't have that sense of urgency, it's because you're full and fulfilled and you don't need nothing else. And in terms of spirituality, that's totally fine. But with your partners, there should always be some superficial need for a partner that is communicated, because then every fucking person that meditates will be single and happy. No, it's like, it's okay. Like, you should be kind of unhappy. You should have some sense of like, I want something. It's okay. It's totally normal. And so that's what you should expect from your partners, is that they need you in their lives. They want to be with you. And the way you could tell that is just that they have an urgency to be in a relationship with you. It's like a guy who wants poom poom. What the hell do you think he's gonna act? You could tell. It's like they want something. You know. It's like when a guy has a hard, you know. That's like a dick's version of a sense of urgency. They want to release the tension, and this tension is created because they're anticipating. The anticipation creates positive urgency that pumps your heart, and all you're doing is that you're just imagining this future. You want to get out of this moment, and you want to get to that future of whatever that urgency is telling you to do. That being a relationship, that get the poom poom, it doesn't matter. But the point is that it'll be demonstrated. And when there is no sense of urgency, when somebody is not desperate to kind of desperate to be with you at least, that's a problem. And the thing is that people will always hide that they're desperate, but it'll always show through the crack. The veneers has cracks in it. It'll crack. And that's why I say, and that's why I'm gonna talk about in the next part about how to create the sense of urgency, right? So pretty much, human nature dictates that we naturally want the quick fix, the instant gratification. This is a weakness because we then make big decisions with little thinking, and that's why a lot of people get married. That's why I would say being in a relationship is not a rational decision. It makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. Some of these people together make no sense. I'm like, why are you guys together? Why are you guys bringing a kid to this world? God damn it! You guys are just a walking court case. Like, it's unbelievable, right? But you have to understand is that being with people is not a rational decision. It just happens to you. It just happens to you, like the sunrise, and it happened. You just want to be with this person. You want to move to Africa to be with fucking Udoka, right? You want to move to fucking Mexico to be with Maria. It makes no sense. People are like, "What the hell are you doing, dude?" But it's just that you're in love, right? But the thing is that when someone is thinking about you in a rational way, or thinking about you with patience, that's a fucking problem. That's a problem. It's like there's this one girl in school that is seeing a guy, and they've been together for the last 2 years, but it's been long distance, and I could tell that she really loves him, right? She has an urgency for him. When he visits, you could tell that she wants to be with him all the time. Like, she talks about him all the time. Like, and you could just tell that she just suffers not being around him, right? It'll be a problem if this girl was like fucking levitating above us in a lotus position, meditating. Like, I'm like, aren't you sad? Like, you should be suffering right now. You're not with your fucking man, right? And that's because she loves him, right? Like, impatience will always show the real emotions. It's like the floodgates open up. So it pretty much, patience indicates that they have no fear of losing you, and not enough emotions, no addiction to you, no self-esteem tied to you, or you're just letting them take you for granted. You let them disrespect you, and by you lowering your value by letting them disrespect you, it's almost like I already won. Like, I don't need to have any sense of urgency. You have to understand a sense of urgency is important. Just like stress to the body, it's important. It builds resilience. Just like bacteria is important to a child, it builds up certain resilience to bacteria. It's just like the wind is important to a tree. It makes it malleable and strong and flexible, right? Without any type of resistance. it's not good. So the impatience, it's almost like a nature's way of showing, of keeping you, of wanting that, of almost like creating the illusion, I really want this to be my life. When you're patient for something, it just means you don't want it that much, and that's okay. But don't waste my time, right? We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, but don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, it's the summertime. I have a lot of time in my hand, people. All I'm doing is like meditating 3 or 4 hours daily, because I'm preparing for a 10-day meditation retreat. That's like 10 hours a day, and I don't know how the hell I'm gonna handle that, I'll be honest with you. But I'm preparing for it. I've done meditation retreats, but not that intense. So yeah, man, and pre-order my course, Emotional Mastery. It's gonna come out at the end of the month. All right, so let's go to commercial break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't purchased any of my courses, we have a special bundle deal for everyone. So that you can purchase all of my courses, meaning you could purchase the Psychological Game of Attraction, Natural Chemistry, and Nice Girl, along with all of the bonuses. Originally, if you purchase everything without the bundle, it'll be around $500, to be honest with you. But right now, if you guys purchase it with the bundle, you guys will be able to get all of these courses: Psychological Game of Attraction, which is for women who are single; Natural Chemistry, which is for women who are in a relationship; Nice Girl, which is a course on assertiveness, along with all of the bonuses: Social Mastery, Practical Mastery in terms of how to master anything, Social Mastery in terms of how to master your social skills, and The Laws of Human Nature, wherein it's part of the Robert Greene book club I used to have. All of these, naturally, like I said, it's $500. Now you get it at $394, which is essentially 20% off everything. But if you guys want to purchase a more affordable bundle, you guys can purchase the bundle without the bonuses, and that will be at $224 rather than the $300. Well, rather than the $293 that you guys would naturally purchase it. So you could purchase it with the bundle or without the bundle. You could purchase it with the bonuses or without the bonuses. It's all of the work that I put in the last 4 years, in the last 5 years actually, all of the research that I've done. And this course, rather than watching all of my videos, and because they could be random and you could sort of like lose the big picture because there's just so many videos, you guys get all of the content condensed in a course. Trust me, people, if you guys purchase this, you won't regret it. If you haven't purchased it, hopefully this will push you towards it, because it's something that I believe in, and everyone who's purchased my course have been satisfied with it. And if they didn't like it, I always give their money back. I have never rejected a refund. All right. So purchase it right now. Click on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle, and I'll see you guys inside. All right, so let's talk about how to create the sense of urgency. People, it's a simple recipe, all right? And this really was because of a client. You pretty much have to learn how to associate. They have to associate pleasure with you, at being with you, and pain at not being with you. And a lot of times, when you don't give somebody space, they'll never be able to make those associations because you're always there. It's like, if you're always with your parents, you don't know how much you really love them because you never lost them. You never felt those uncontrollable emotions of the potentiality of losing them. You never felt the critical pendulum of time stop at the thought of losing them. You can only feel that deep desire to connect with them at the thought that maybe they could die one day, or seeing it with your eyes. You can only make those associations through those deep, intense experiences. And those experiences are things that as partners, a lot of the times we try to preview our partners from that because we don't want to hurt them. We don't want them to feel bad. We don't want them to feel uncomfortable. It's like when I see my dog and I go out, you know, like I don't want my dog, every time my dog looks at me, I take her out because I feel bad. I'm like, oh, she's gonna feel sad if I'm there. Or when I meet her around, she'll give me those eyes and she's like, I want to eat. I don't give her food, but sometimes you gotta say no, right? And so whatever we love, we don't want to hurt, and that's a problem, because a lot of times with parents who don't want to hurt their kids, they end up creating little Cartmans, spoiled brats, even with our parents, right? So with our partners, we we do them a disservice by not letting them realize that one day you could leave. You're doing it in a disservice. So you got to learn how to communicate that and how to create scarcity through these strategies. The number one way to create scarcity is through a deadline, just deadlines. And a deadline pretty much comes down to the metaphoric death of this relationship, of me leaving. And that, like I said, like it's the basis of all of my videos. That is communicated through your nonverbal cues, which is a reflection of your internal state. And also, when somebody disrespects you, you take a step back and you verbally let them know. And the next time they do it, you actually follow through, and you don't waver from what you said. Nothing's worse than saying you're gonna leave and not leave people. That looks fucking pathetic. I don't care who you are. So make sure that if you're really ready for this, you gotta follow through completely. So deadlines, right? To create a sense of urgency. The next one is competition, right? When you know other people want what you have, like for example, when I signed up for the meditation retreat, it's actually free, by the way, people. It's not free, but you gotta donate. You can donate what you want. Go to Dharma something, 10-day Vipassana retreat, and you'll find it. It's free. But the point is that as soon as a retreat opens up, it sells out. That sells out, but it goes away after a day. And because you know other people are vying for it, all of a sudden you want it more. So competition it's not about you banging the whole football team. Like you don't have to bang Jamal and Tyrone and fucking Jake the quarterback, but just having men in your life that are platonic, or even having like a social circle that's platonic. Like just the presence of other guys is enough. It's that simple, people. Guys are that, like, or even as a woman, just the presence of other women in your life creates that. Why? Because humans are naturally insecure. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to bang all the girls, but if you work with women, if you have female friends, if your lifestyle requires you to meet other women or men, you could create that illusion, right? So just creating competition, just having the presence of the opposite sex in your life, that's all you need to do. Like, it's really that simple, people. Because people will always assume the worst. Like if you know, let's just say you like John the Puerto Rican, right? And you don't like him, he's just your friend. And then all of a sudden you like John the Puerto Rican. And then all of a sudden you read back at the comments of his photos and you're like, and fucking Melissa, the white girl, says, "Oh my God, John, you're so awesome." And now you're like, "Oh, who's the fucking bitch? Who's the bitch? Who the fuck is that? God damn it!" Right? Or like, and that happened to me, right? Where I was dating a girl, and I didn't like her, and then all of a sudden I liked her, and all of a sudden I looked at the same comments I saw before, and now they were threatening. Now I'm like, okay, who the fuck is that dude? Who the hell is Tyrone, the personal trainer? God damn it, right? All of these things are created from your mind. But if you're always avoiding letting somebody know that you have members of the opposite sex as your friends, then you're missing out on a powerful thing. And it's not manipulation. It's just that you don't have to lie about that, people. Just say it. Like it's not gonna kill you. Well, if he does try to kill you, or she tries to kill you, then you better call the police. Father Alex is not here to help you with that. You know, I'm not Black Jesus, right? But like, and also the competition will reveal something about their character. You might notice they might like you more than you realize, or they might be super jealous and stuff like that. But creating envy naturally is a positive thing, to be honest with you. The next thing is that you don't need to explain to this person why they need to make a decision to be with you. You don't need to convince them. The last thing you want to do is convince somebody to be with you, because that's pretty much saying, I'm not worth much. Like, you don't need to convince, you don't need to have a checklist of why they should be with you. In fact, the way I see it is that if somebody leaves you or somebody disrespects you in a way that merits you leaving them, and you leave them because they disrespected you, they come back, they gotta write a letter why you should take them back. That's a good thing to do, you know? I don't like the way things ended. Are you willing to make it up to me? And the last thing is pretty much make yourself scarce. Make your unavailability do the dirty work for you. Make your busyness do the dirty work for you. Let your unavailability raise your value. See if this causes a sense of urgency in the person. And if it doesn't, and if it does cause a sense of urgency, make sure that from there on, the behavior that said he wasn't or she wasn't urgent about you, that behavior should go away. Meaning, like, usually when clients talk to me about this, is because the person doesn't want to be in a relationship with them, and they're kicking the can down the road, and I understand that. So that's why, if you do this, you only have to do it once. Now, when I say once, I mean the big things, but generally, you don't have to do everything. Just make sure that you have a life. Make sure you have friends of the opposite sex. That make sure they're not your exes. You motherfuckers out there, for some reason, think having your friend as an ex is a sign of how good of a person you are or how mature you are. That's fucking stupid. Don't do that kind of stuff, goddammit. That's like the dumbest thing to. I'm good friends with my ex. Yo, you're a psycho. Stop it, okay? Don't stay friends with your ex, especially the good ones. Like, what the hell? You get up and say, hey, this is Tyrone. He's my ex. He's also my personal trainer. Hey man, how's it going? Oh, don't worry, man. I am not doing nothing wrong with your girl. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, man? No, hell no. I mean, you're not gonna be friends with Tyrone, the personal trainer. You better get Bob, the personal trainer. Like, you better, like, the hell? And and also, you could use all of these strategies, and the person may not feel that urgency to be with you. And that's also a sign. It's not that Father Alex is wrong. That's not that I'm scamming you guys. It's just that the person doesn't like you, and you have to admit it. You cannot be cabeza dura. You can't be hard-headed, man. Sometimes people don't like you, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's life, man. Get on with it. Oops, that's life. I gotta deal with it, so do you. All right? I don't know why he sounds fucking happy saying that. Well, I'm not happy with it, but it's just life. God damn it, right? It's just life, Melissa. Relax. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Missy, this is my doggy right here. Missy, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to get one-on-one coaching by me, go to mindfulattraction.org. If you guys want to attend my seminars, she's not going to be here, but I'll be there. Click on the description down below and follow me on Instagram, people. I'm also there. All right? Take care.